welcome to another edition of the program, Total Woman on AD4 TV Radio. My name is Mute Olori. Statistics show that women in government are underrepresented in most, if not all, countries worldwide. In many countries, women have had inadequate opportunities in social participation, especially in thriving for political rights and power in the government and different institutions. Advancing women in the ranks of government office has therefore become important because gender balance ensures that a wider range of perspective is brought to bear on policy making and service delivery. Today, the demand globally is that every government should work towards achieving gender equality in democratic governance and increase women participation and access to politics. So on the episode of our program today, my guest is an activist who is passionate about women and the girl child. She's an entrepreneur, educationist, and an author. Please join me to welcome Dr. Carol Dixon Olonda. Nice having you on the show today, man.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Welcome. All right. So let's begin with looking at your profile. Your profile says if women are included in governance, their unique natural endowment will play a big role in involving a stable and developing society. What do you mean by that statement?
That statement is what it is because women are like incubators. Women are, they are producers. Women are very creative. Now, if you give a woman a lemon, she will return back to you a lemonade. If you give a woman a seed, she will bring back a child to you. If you give a woman a house, she will bring back a comfortable home for you. That shows the creative ability that the woman has that she can bring to the boardroom.
That's very inspiring. So women have what it is naturally to take care of any situation. So why do you think that a lot of women are not involved in either politics or governance, or even you find out that there are certain organizations, women don't get to the top, or it's so difficult to find women in managerial or executive position. If we have all this, why is it so difficult then? Why is it not just natural to just a woman to take over?
I think we are seriously in most nations, maybe nations or in this nation of ours, being led by tradition and religion. So for that reason, most women who are even very strong women upstairs, women who are intelligent, are not allowed, to come to managerial positions because of gender issue. So it's not the women that are limiting themselves. It is what they have met on ground that is limiting them. But if they are given opportunity to showcase what they have, women are incredible leaders.
So is that what inspired you to go into advocating for women and for the girl child?
Oh, yes. I see that in countries where women are given opportunities, such countries are doing very well. Now, in managerial positions, where women are given an opportunity to manage, you see the productivity is high. Now, come back to our own country here. Look at women like Iweala Okonjo, she's doing so well, going so high, because she's given opportunity. But I want to say that there are many women out there who don't have such opportunities, but they are great, intelligent women. They are women who things will not die in their hands if allowed to come on board with the men in decision making and in governance. But I think that where we find ourselves, the system, the tradition, the religion sort of limits women. So, but I feel that if we talk more about women and we encourage women more and we empower women more, the country will do better, because what we have to bring on board, it may not be exactly what the men are doing, but we have more colorful, productive ideas that can move systems forward that some women have, but they don't have opportunities. So I am greatly desiring that more women are given opportunities to showcase the talents and their creative abilities to move systems forward.
Okay, let's talk about some of the ways you're going about this.
Okay.
I know that you have, you organize capacity building for women.
Yes.
And so that they were able to contribute for what do you call it? Positive and quantitative, because contribution to nation building and leaving a legacy behind. So let's look at some of the programs that you have put in place in your organization to see that women are empowered, and have the proper information to put systems in place.
Yeah, we organize programs for capacity building, and then I bring in professionals, from different fields to teach women, to be able to build women up, build up their value system, build up their confidence level, build up whatever they have, they can showcase it, build up their self-esteem, knowing that they are not just ordinary women. By creation, women have been empowered by God. They have been engraced by God. That's why you see women are naturally intuitive. They can see far. Women are deep. Women are not just ordinary people at the surface level. Women, if you see how God even created a woman, you will see that God took time to create the woman. The man is just like one figure, figure one. We call it, figure one. Yeah. But when it comes to how God took time to create the woman, when a woman stands, side by side by a man, you look at her curves from her chest to her back level. You see curves there. And the woman does not only carry empty curves, those curves nurture lives. The curve we have in front is a factory, a milk factory. So we try to organize, trainings and seminars, workshops for women, and bring different experts, professionals, to teach women on how they can even bring up what they have on board, showcase what they have, so that the world, we know that we are not just empty vessels. We are not created, we are not an afterthought. We are created for a purpose, we are created for divine assignment, and we can actually fulfill our assignment if we know what we have. So these trainings tend to build women's capacity, build their confidence level, build their identity, and then build their talents, and then encourage them to exercise themselves in the areas of their strength, so that they can be better women.
Now, why do you think that women limit themselves? Because I see a lot of programs being put in place, first of all, to make a woman know that, look, you are someone, you are this. It's a lot of effort. Why? I also realize from young girls, because I work with with young people a lot. And I discovered that sometimes when I go to schools, the first thing you will find out that you need to do for a girl child is to first of all boost her confidence and talk about having a positive self-image. You don't have that much more with the boys. Why do you think that women are limited, should I say? Or at what point did okay, why do you think that we need to boost our confidence? Because I'm just trying to pick my words so that, because I don't know, is it that when a girl is born, we're just born with the fact that, look, your self-esteem is eroded, your second video, is it from birth? Is it by the fact that we're female? Is it why do we have to make such an effort to build the self-esteem of a woman?
For me, I think we need to go back to the basis, the foundation. Some of the foundations are faulty. You know, if a woman is born into a home where there is no solid foundation, the parents are absent in the home. They are there, but they are not there. They are not able to, fine-tune the characters, the strength of their girl child. Now, I want to give myself as an illustration. Growing up, my mother told me that at birth, I was the third girl. The first girl was late. The second child, girl. Then the third child coming again, girl, in a community of ours that have value for the male child. Now, my mother told me that when my father came back home and, he was told, your wife has delivered, just from the yard, he was rejoicing. He wasn't told the sex of the child. But when he came inside and met my mother said, as soon as he heard, he just used torchlight, it was in the night, to look at the child, the girl child, and asked my mom, what's the sex of your baby? And my mother said, it's a girl. He looked at me and hissed and did not touch me and went back unhappy. Why? Because he was expecting my mother to bring forth a male child. Because in our community, that is what they value. They feel that the woman has nothing to offer. The woman is weak. The woman is going to just end up as a wife, as a child factory in the family. Just get married and start producing children, and that is the end of the story. But growing up, my mother tried to, because I met my mother, a classroom teacher, tried to build confidence in me. He said to me, go girl, you are good for who you are. You can achieve so much, even better than men. And then my father, blessed memory, he's late now, but my mother is still alive. Some years ago, I traveled home. My father said to me, Carol, I've heard so much about the exploits you are doing in ministry work and in business and the way you are organizing your home, and so many women are learning from you. He said to me, I am very proud of you. That was the child he hissed at, because that child is a girl child. Now, me, I grew up on my own with my intuitive ability and creative sense. I said to myself, wherever great women got to in this world, I am going to get there. Because those who got to high positions of leadership, who are making mark, they don't have two heads. And so I started building up myself, reading books, listening to tapes, watching, programs on telly of royalty, so that I know how to carry myself when I get to that position. And so it has been what it is, because I think basically it's a foundational problem. Wow. I know tradition contributes to it, but if we correct it from the foundational level, if my mother took it at that, and I'm growing up and I took it at the fact that my father hissed at me, and I just sit back at home, bemoaning that situation, I will not be here today to say what I'm saying. But I took up that challenge and I said, I am going to be an intelligent woman.
So much to take in. What an inspiring story. I'm sure that you have learned something, you know, and I keep saying attitude is everything. The way you look at a situation.
That's it.
And the decisions you make.
Absolutely.
It's all about you, but not about people that are around you. We're going to be talking about the family influence when we come back. Okay. We'll take a short break. Please don't go away. It's still Total Woman on AD4 TV Radio.
I can be all I ever dream of, oh yeah. I am a total woman, yeah. I am a total woman, oh. I am a total woman.
Thank you very much for staying with us. You're welcome back. So it's still the Total Woman on AD4 TV Radio, and we've been talking about family, building the woman, about women understanding who she is. My guest, Dr. Carol Dixon Olonda, has been using her own personal experience to share with us. I mean, she, despite the fact that she grew in an environment where patriarchy reigns, she never allowed those situations to determine who she is. And she's been doing a lot of capacity building, helping women and the girl child to look inward, find out who am I, what are the skills I have, what are the what is that uniqueness about me that I can bring to the fore and contribute to national development or even within the community I find myself. So that's what we'll be talking about on the program. So now, Doctor, you are the president of the Foundation
for Family Values International.
Good. And we know that family values differ from one family to the other. So as the president of this organization, what actually does these values entail?
Yeah, talking about values, it has to do with the way we do things in our family settings, our belief system, the discipline we put in place, the morals. Now, we discover that in many families, you know, of course, these days, young people growing up, we see that the family values have eroded so seriously. And so I am on a campaign to restoring back family value system to the family, because that is where it starts from. It has to do with how we train our children, the boy child and the girl child. How do we bring them up? What time as family members, as father and mother, what time do we have to spend with our children? Do we have time to discuss with them, to know them well? Do we talk with our children as parents? So the ball of establishing family values lies in the court of parents. Now, if you are well brought up by your parents, you will exhibit good values in the society. If you are not well brought up, you will also exhibit negative, ill values in the society. And so we sort of bring people together, families together, and we teach them to teach their children. We teach them to nurture their children. Now, we discover that in the family system, things are going the way they are going because some men just marry from the streets. They don't know who they are getting married to. A girl that does not have proper, home training will not change overnight, will not be reliable as a woman in the home and as a wife, cannot be a good wife, cannot be a good mother to nurture the children, cannot be a good woman for herself. Why? Because of that missing link, family values. It is not there. But we think that through seminars and trainings, we can reinstate it back to family system. For instance, it is the responsibility of fathers and mothers to be able to teach their young children when they wake up what to do in the house. Clean the house, greet your father and your mother, teach them respect. Teach them how to respect parents and how to respect elders. Teach them how to respect their husbands when they get married. Teach them how to set tables. Teach them how to cook. Both the boy child and the girl child. These are all values that if they are not there, families begin to have problems when they get married. You see that early marriage, 1 to 2, 3, 4 years, the couples are contemplating divorce. They want to go apart. They feel that they are not seeing what they expected. Now it is because what they expected was not imputed into their wife's life by their parents,
or even the husband's life,
or even
because we've seen in society today that some men are becoming very irresponsible. So let's look at the ways that your organization, the extent you have gone to be able to help families build a solid structure within their home.
Yeah, I would say that we have gone to a very large extent in doing this work, because the after effect and the testimonies we hear from men, I've had men walk up to me and thank me for this program I'm organizing and the way I'm teaching the women, to be respectful and honor their husbands, serve your husbands with good plates in the home. For instance, my husband has his teacup, his spoon, golden spoon, and his plates. I do have mine too. I respect people, but my children and those who come to the home know that daddy's plate, nobody uses it to serve any other person. Those are value systems. It's a kind of way of honoring my husband. I serve food not with careless plates, with qualitative plates and settings. When you see it, you know that a king wants to eat at the table. I taught my children same system, and they are doing it in their family, home. So if the man is able to sit with his wife and they are able to come to a conclusion on the kind of family they want to raise, the kind of children they want to raise, the kind of future they want for their children, then they will sit down to know that, Rome was not built in a day.
And that's why I would want to say that you too, you're an embodiment of so much. You run the advocacy, you run this the FFI, and then you also have a magazine.
Yes.
Women Have a Life. Tell me about it. The first thing that intrigued me about this magazine was WOHA is a Woman Have a Life.
Yes.
What were you thinking when you say women have a life? Is it that women don't have a life, or what exactly were you trying to pass with this magazine?
Yeah.
Women
the
Have a
message
Life.
I'm trying to pass here is that every woman should have a life, because I discovered that most women, once they get married, their identity is lost. Once they start bearing Mrs. Somebody, they feel that is the end of life. For me, that's just the beginning of a long journey. It's the beginning of a long journey. There are so many things, that we need to still sit with in life, to become important women. I discovered that most women, when they marry, they just become a production factory. They just produce children year in, year out, year in, year out. But before you know it, they have aged. And at the end of the day, they never had a life of theirs. They just sat at home frying chips, frying potato, frying eggs, and cooking good meals is part of morals. But your life as a woman should not end there. Cook good meals and also be able to package yourself to have a brand. Be known with a brand. You know, I discovered that most women just run with that one-legged scripture that says women are weaker vessels. And so they sit back. And so they become non-useful in the society. And so I feel that we need to give a voice to WOHA. Woman, have a life. If they remove you are Mrs. Olori, Okemute Olori. Now, if they remove the title Mrs. and remove Olori from your name, now Okemute comes to play. Now, if you are introduced in a public function as Okemute, do you still have value before the people? That's what I'm talking about. So it's not all about just our status, you know, what's the status? I am Doctor, Professor, Mrs. You know, if they remove it, that's Mrs. And they remove that doctor, are you still valuable? Can you stand for yourself anywhere in the public? Can you say what you stand for? So it's a sort of challenge and a motivation, you know, to the women folk
that you have more. You can be more.
You can be
you
more.
You have a potential.
You have all it takes. Yes, you know, to showcase, you know, better delivery. Bring better delivery. Bring better ideas to the boardroom. Bring productive, you know, ideas that can move systems forward. I think that some women are doing great being women, and others can emulate such women to do great or even better than great women.
Wow, amazing. Thank you so much, Dr. Carol, for coming on Total Woman. I mean, what you've just said is what the total woman should be. It should just be all round. Just like I want to ask you how you combine your responsibility as a wife, a minister of God, a writer, a publisher, so many.
Yes. Number one, I believe that what is working for me is grace from God. God has endowed me with his grace and his abilities, and that is moving me forward. Secondly, I have a very good workforce that are supportive. I believe in teamwork. I don't work alone. I have a strong team. In my place where I come from, I have a very solid team. We meet, we reason, we brainstorm, you know, and we talk about issues on how we can move our lives and family forward, and how we can be useful in the society and contribute positively to the societal system to move the society forward. For instance, I produced this magazine, Woman Have a Life, which I will be launching in this Abuja very soon, maybe towards the end of this year. I use this as an opportunity to say that women can do more. This is my brain work. Nobody did this for me. It's my brain work, and I used my money to sponsor it. So if I can do it, any other woman can do it.
All we need to do is go deep into us and bring out what we have. Dr. Carol, thank you so much, because I know that we have so many to talk about.
That's
but
right.
I know that every woman watching us today have learned something from you. So thank you so much for being my guest on the show today.
You're welcome.
Well, you've heard it. You can take your lemons that life has given to you as a woman and make lemonades out of it, and take your lemon with so much pride that everybody wants to see that there's beauty in that lemon and would desire it. All right? So take care of yourself. Have a life, woman. That's the message I want to leave with you today. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Muti Olori, and I'll be with you again next week. God bless you. Bye bye.